the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. On the gang as we begin today. It is Friday. It is Fun Friday. Odie, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I am fine. Look who showed back up for work.
Yeah.
It's been a month of Sundays. How long has it been, Greg?
Oh man, she's been off. Well, we've seen her since Christmas.
I came in Monday when Greg couldn't bother to be here.
Well, I saw it. Yeah. She's had a good week. She started off sitting in my chair, so she said she felt smarter this week.
And look, I really have. It's amazing.
It did help, didn't it?
Thank you for that. You're so wise.
So he left his knowledge behind, so hopefully you can get some.
Okay. Sure.
Boy, what a difference a week makes. We've had elections, or we've had primary is the word. Is that not?
It is a primary. Ooh, that was a conversation on Tuesday.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, in polling places, primary versus are you voting for mayor or council? It was a primary, so you either went and voted in the Republican primary, or you went and voted in the Democrat primary.
And now we've got the runoff, and then you'll be able to vote however you want to.
Everybody gets the same ballot. Well, everybody in that ward gets the same ballot.
Yeah.
Do you ever foresee Mississippi going to an open ballot?
I don't know. I mean, it's got its pros and cons. It depends on how you're looking at it. We're not great at change, so if you're asking if I think that we'll ever do it, not my opinion on it, then no, not in the foreseeable future.
Well, maybe it takes something like that to bring more voters to the poll.
If you figure that out, you let me know.
It's not going to hurt the voting.
I've really tried.
That was the saddest part to me of Tuesday. Is when we got the total numbers in, and I'm like, I cannot believe no more people voted.
What was it? 4,200 on?
I don't remember. I've got it. We're like in the we're in the third a third of the people that were just registered to vote. And
yes.
There's a lot, not most, but there's a lot of people that are eligible to be registered that aren't. So it's a much smaller percentage of the population that made this decision for Meridian. These decisions for Meridian.
Now, our presidential election that we had a few months ago, it was a high turnout nationwide, wasn't it? Wasn't it a huge
higher than normal?
I mean, yeah, but it's still. I mean, I
still
think
low.
Yeah.
I think we don't see these numbers, but I think less than 75% is low of the people that. But that's just me.
A real good point there.
I don't know.
Yeah, we do good to get 30% to vote.
I don't know anything else, but I do know that there will be a new mayor headed to the city hall.
That is a fact.
That is happening, and I put myself. And I remember standing there. I've never seen this in Meridian. I truly have not. As each candidate announced that they were going to run for mayor. It is, and I remember back when everybody was running for office in the county, they'd go to the county courthouse, stand on the steps of the courthouse, and announce that they were going to run. Well, we went over for the first announcement in the city of Meridian, and there was barriers up, and I stood there and I looked at it and I wondered what it was, and it would come to light in a few moments that the current mayor was blocking anyone else from standing on the steps of City Hall to make an announcement. And that shocked me. That showed me from the beginning that this what's that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's annoying to be quiet.
And
it's like Greg sometimes.
It showed us what administration we had at that point that they were willing to do anything to stay in office. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, I don't. A consistent thing about this administration that I've experienced is this like sense of dictator ownership thing. No, you can't have the fire truck. No, you can't stand on the steps. No, you can't have your event like this. No, and you're like, this isn't yours.
It's
I mean, you represent us, and so that's been the feeling that I've gotten from this. If I said so, and you can't, well, that's not really, that's not really what your role is. That's not what we what we hired you for. So,
and here's the next thing, Greg. You'll appreciate this. How would you like to be the guy that the mayor goes out to and he says, "Look, go tell that guy down there he cannot announce he's going to run for mayor."
yeah.
Because he did that.
Yeah.
And now he's got to face that new guy that will be his boss.
Now that's his boss.
He's got trouble in his future. I see that.
Yeah,
you don't do that.
He's probably unemployed.
Not yet, but it could
He
be
will
soon.
be.
That you just don't make mistakes like that. When you have a boss, sometimes it's better to go, look, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. It's wrong.
Well, he would have found himself unemployed sooner, I would imagine.
He probably would have, but it's sad. There's going to be a lot of changes coming. I've passed the city.
Ultimately, the person that got fired Tuesday was
Correct. I've passed for the last 2 days. I hadn't seen a Tahoe there at all. He could be out of town.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that makes sense then. Out of town. I think there was some business. He had to fly out for the city. And I didn't know that he was still out of town on that. But
yes,
we will see what happens over the next few days. Will promotions come for friends and family before it? No, let me take family out. Friends, anyway, as he exits the office. I do see some coming toward the Meridian Police Department in a last-ditch effort to raise some people.
Well, I mean, to even be a civil service employee, you've got to go through a system. So if he turns around and starts giving raises or new positions, it's not saying that it's not going to last much longer. Raises have to be approved more or less by the council anyway.
Well, civil service and the system to pay city employees I don't like it because it makes it hard just to go hire people and fire people when you need to, like normal businesses can do. And I think it creates a lot of inefficiencies and makes things, but they can't the reason that civil service is in place is for this instance, so that a new mayor can't come in and just fire everybody and start over, or a mayor going out can't do, some really extreme things. So there are things in place. You might not like the decisions, but you can't really go hog wild and just, start passing out money.
Everything's going to take time.
Yeah. And there's restrictions on how much and who and why and stuff like that. And if you don't follow those rules, then it all is going to get pulled back anyways.
Isn't it a 90-day probationary period on anybody that gets a position higher now with the mayor leaving? Isn't it a probationary period they have to follow?
I'm not going to get into the technicals of civil service because it's
complicated.
I can't. Anyways, I can't get on civil service. It'll get my blood pressure up.
Bob, new mayor's going to be in office July 1.
Yeah. So the election is June the 3rd, and we'll as we get closer, we'll do some crystal ball guessing as we get closer to that of what's going to become of that. Your next election, again, will be April the 22nd. Runoffs for a few offices. That's coming April 22nd. Vote once. That's what we suggest. Right? Yeah.
Early and often.
Well, yeah, you can just vote the one time. Well, actually, you can vote. You vote in each one.
That.
You can actually vote twice on April 22nd.
Yes, two different.
If you live in the right
possibly.
place for the So
coming up, we'll tell you about the first one that I've heard of, a possible swatting in Lauderdale County. We'll tell you about that next.
swatting.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie and the entire gang. They're back today. Have y'all been paying attention to, this has been a big thing.
No, probably not.
I was thinking the same thing. Probably not.
Celebrities of,
Nope.
and I'm going to call it this, and I'll talk to Sheriff Ward Calhoun later today. I'm wake him up on this because I'm pretty close to it. But it's become popular in major cities to do swatting, and you go, well, what is swatting?
Joe Pags just got swatted.
Yeah, it's where a phone call comes in and says, I live at such and such address, there's an emergency, someone's been shot, or even worse. I think Lauderdale County had their first of that last night. Look, I was set up on the side of the road with lights holding. We had a full studio ready to go.
Just show us pictures. We don't understand.
It ended up not being anything. Is why I don't have anything. But we were set to go. Up in the darkness, we hit all our lights, and we had a full studio there on the side of the road because it was going to be a standoff. A phone call was made. I have hurt my sister. I think they spoke to a child, and he described what he done and said, if police come in, I'm going to hurt them too. And you want to talk about bringing the sheriff's department out? That will do it.
Yeah.
And then what
Everybody was
happened?
there. And it ended up being, they took a person into custody, put them in the back seat, they started interviewing and got into the home, and those people did not make that phone call at all.
Huh.
It was made from some other type of device on that address, and they had no clue what was going on.
Well, man, that's a weird knock on the door.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
But did they find out?
normal knock.
I mean, they did arrest someone.
No, they'd turn them loose. It was somebody in the house. You know, the first person comes, you have to take
So are they gonna
somebody, detained them.
So they
Okay,
don't
so
know who done
swatting
it.
is the
It's a fake call to
okay.
police.
That really
So the
helps
SWAT
because I really thought we were talking about a SWAT team for a long time here, and I think other people did too.
Swatting is to what
That's
they're
what you
calling
do with
it.
the phone call, where it's a different phone number calling. Okay.
Well, it started out with your high-profile celebrities in Hollywood. A couple
Yeah.
years ago, I mean, they were
Okay, I'm
getting
following
swatted
now. I'm
all the
tracking it.
time, and next thing you know, you've got the entire police force and SWAT team that's sitting there surrounding your house, guns drawn, and
You're going, what they out there for?
yeah.
And that was
Better
kind
hope
of
you
what
got
we
your
had.
good pajamas on.
Well, to me, that is one of the ultimate insults and horrible crimes, and that needs to be nipped.
And
Yeah, it's a
it may
waste of
not- the call may not have
resources.
even come from here. It
Right.
could have been some
Yeah.
far off place of somebody just pranking.
So
Yeah.
How many phone calls do you get that's local, says Meridian, Mississippi, and you answered, and it's somebody
You know
want-
they ain't from here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their name is Joe.
So here's the thing on that though that we have to worry about. And down here in Mississippi, you start getting frightened in the middle of the night at your home.
Somebody's
and you hear
gonna
all
get
this
shot.
noise. The one inside that house has most likely got a gun.
That's right.
And then an officer see you come out with a gun after a call they got.
It's going to
look
be a
what could
bad
happen.
situation.
And this is different. This isn't California where people just open the door.
Yeah.
Can I help you? This
No.
is a whole total situation down here.
But in the end, somebody was detained at first until they figured the situation out, then let go because it had nothing
But
to do
you
with
think
it.
about it. Here's my biggest thing that makes me mad here. What if at the other side of the county, at the same moment,
Right.
somebody really did need these resources? You know, you think this is, no, it ain't funny. If that's your family on the other side of town and something really bad just happened and they're all out on a wild goose chase
Yep.
because they think they're doing the right thing. Now,
You
I'm
got 2
sorry,
minutes to
people.
get there and you're 4
Find
minutes away.
something else to do. I mean, that bothers me. That's the same way with the bomb threats at the schools and stuff like that. You're tying up resources. You're putting people's life in danger responding. You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
I'm with you.
Somebody can get ran over. Wrecks happen. Heart attacks happen. We've all seen first responders, paid and volunteer. I'd love to have heart monitors hooked up to them when they do go in service. And I'm talking about paid and volunteer. Come on, people. Grow up.
And you had Scotty Ray out there with his dinner getting cold.
That's right.
We were ready, man. You know the new lights I bought? Boy, they sure do shine great in the dark.
And he even had a driver he was dictating directions to.
That's funny.
Yes, that driver refused to let me drive. She didn't want me to drive. She wanted to.
Ridden with you before, huh?
We went somewhere last week.
No, Scotty Ray was not swatted.
No.
This was someone else.
This was at another location in Lauderdale County.
Scotty Ray's never at home.
We were live there, almost. And Julie, I don't know if you got passed by anybody from Rankin County yesterday.
I think I just missed it. But
they need to borrow, from what I understand, I'm not joking about this, I think they're going to need to borrow some patrol cars. At least 3 to 5 were taken out yesterday.
There were some people running faster than I do down the interstate.
2 incidences. All right, let's start with this old boy. Here he is in the back seat of the car here. Rankin County has released his photo.
Now, he's not from here, right?
No.
I think he was out of Texas.
I believe
He's
so.
not real happy looking.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be either. He looks like he's going back for a little while.
This was the second one that happened around 5:30, and it would make it all the way to Newton. Right there at exit 109.
Newton County will get you.
Yes, sir, Bob. Right there at the exit, it was all over. And they made an arrest there. And I think 3 deputies' cars were destroyed in that chase.
Dang.
3 from Rankin
County?
Rankin County. I think 3 of them got tore.
Wow.
And that's what took so long there, was having to tow everything out of the way. And earlier, let's just go on to this one. Earlier also, this one here. This was the other one that happened yesterday at Forest at mile marker 88. They were just like waiting to get somebody yesterday in Rankin County. Let's hit the play button by this one.
They're just going to keep going until they run out of cars.
This one turned upside down. This one had, if I am not mistaken, had possibly a wife and some kids in the car.
Oh, gosh.
And everybody was okay, but he ran also. Taken into custody. It was a... Here he is.
Well, I hope they get him for child endangerment.
They got him for... This is the Rankin County Sheriff's Office. They got a bunch of stuff there. So it was a busy afternoon in Rankin County. They might be borrowing.
Yeah, felony
stuff.
Child endangerment.
Yeah, and that
Fleeing
is
and tampering with evidence.
Whoops.
That usually means you ate something.
Oh, swallowed it right there on the scene.
Or dumped it out in some way, or destroyed it. Yeah.
Kind of like that day I was at Walmart and they were looking at the white powdery substance on the concrete.
Yeah.
He went through there in a hurry, throwing things out the window like Christmas. We stood there and watched. And so, oof. And here's the sad news. I don't have all of the information on this, but I do know somebody was deceased. As I was getting calls on this, Scott County late yesterday afternoon, traffic was backed up and a vehicle was in the ditch. Someone did lose their life in this accident that happened there, and it was traffic backed up for miles upon miles on this. And we send out heartfelt condolences to family members on that. That's tough there.
I had to bring air carry in for that one.
Yeah, we had another one as we go to Carthage, Highway 25, helicopter. And if you'll look, here it is. They're landing on the interstate there. Let me make it a little bit bigger where you can see, but full screen. I'm glad y'all just threw that up. There's a helicopter landing in the road.
Okay.
I'm not sure how they are, but what happened after they were taken from the scene, but still pray for them.
It's a rough day in central Mississippi roads.
It was a tough afternoon for all that. Already 7:20. What did you get into on your way back from Jackson yesterday?
I just I didn't get a ticket or get pulled over, which is
Good
always
thing.
good.
She apparently caused chaos.
No, yeah, left a trail behind me. No, it was pretty uneventful in comparison. I don't really have anything to tell.
So let me ask this, because we're getting closer to Big Betty coming to town.
It is not Big Betty. The Bouncing Betty is
Same
our
thing.
80s cover band, and they are awesome.
This is going to be, let me see, next Friday? Is that right?
Yes.
A week from tonight?
Yeah, a week from today. 6 to 9 p.m., downtown Meridian, 5th Street, between 22nd and 23rd Avenue. 2 16-foot moons. You can't miss them. Kids area. Bring your lawn chair, cold snacks, food. It's just a block party. It's real It's a lot of fun.
Any metal detectors showing up?
Not there. There will not be.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that one.
That's coming. That ain't gonna happen there.
Plenty of concrete blocks to keep the moon in place.
Yeah. Well,
Fire
Chief Evans has been pulling his fire trucks up behind their moon, so that kind of really just blocks, so that we don't have to worry about any
mischievous people.
Yeah, any cars or anything like that. So we're thankful for that. But it's gonna be a fun time. Sip and Savor is on Saturday.
Oof, yeah.
So we're really excited. One of the reasons that we're on this date is that we wanted to kind of coincide. There's going to be guests in from out of town, and we hope that they're going to enjoy our downtown, and we think it's a good experience for them to, just be coming out of their hotel, and, it's a free event they can come into, and we want them to have a good experience in Meridian.
And it will be a big day. Excuse me. And there's time enough to do it all. We have full moon, then we'll have loose Caboose the following morning in downtown Newton, and it will end 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere along in there, maybe 3. But you'll have time to move from there and come back to come to the big festivities in downtown
Don't
Meridian.
tell me there ain't nothing to do.
Everybody and their third cousin shows up for this Sip and Savor.
Now, if you'll just make the weather work.
I'm
right.
not talking about it. It looks perfect, and if Scotty Ray messes it up, I'm done with him. Like right now, I think we're a high of 67 to 70, sunshine.
You blame me for everything that happened last year.
All I'm saying is, Mark Davis and I, Aces, we used to look at each other the first couple of years and be like, how do we always have perfect weather? Then I started coming on here telling you about full moon on 5th, and I got rained out like 6 times in a row. I'm just telling you what happened.
Well, you're sitting next to the Rain Man.
That's right.
You're the one. You're supposed to be the weather guy. Or you pretend like you are.
I'm a pretender.
He has a seal of approval anyway.
Anyways,
What was that song?
Come join
The
us
Great
next
Pretender?
Friday. Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
No, I don't. But
You do. It was during the 50s. It was the doo-wop ditty
okay.
music.
All right.
Your prom music.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget friendly, 0 down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12-foot to 16-foot to 18-foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with the entire Friday gang. Fun Friday has arrived, and boy, what a good time we're having today. Look at the smiles in the room.
I'm just, I'm behaving. I promised I wouldn't. I know we advertise for Diet Coke, but that's real.
Well, it looked good there. It's an advertisement. That's, that's what keeps the air conditioner going.
We got to have it.
He was hiding behind that box.
We got a note from the Meridian Police Department that they had a wanted person yesterday afternoon. Let me pull this up. This would be Sanchez Ruffin. He was a suspect in a 24 murder of a husband and wife that claimed the man's life. Do you remember the
near
thing?
Highland?
Yes. And I got in trouble with the city for saying it was Highland Park when it was kind of like.
So you walk out your front steps and all you see is the entire Highland Park?
Yeah, it was kind of like the thing. You put your left foot in, you're in Highland Park, you put your right foot out. And they argued with me that I was making Highland Park look bad by saying Highland Park. If it looks like and smells like Highland Park, it is Highland Park. I'm sorry. But it was somebody that did a drive-by there, and the husband succumbed to his injuries that night from that drive-by, and his wife, if I remember right, was shot in the eye. They caught the guy that did it. And this is him. As we go back to this picture here, he turned himself in last night around 6:50 p.m. 20 years old.
20 years
Drive-by shooting. That's way too young to be involved, number one, in any of this. And to take an elderly person's life for no reason.
That was going to the safe place.
Yeah. Folks, that bothers me. 37th Avenue is what that is. Is what at the top of the hill above Highland Park, that's 37th Avenue that sits there looking down. What a beautiful view it is above the park. And it turned bad that night. So an arrest has been made. It will head off to court now. And again, you're innocent until proven guilty, until that gavel comes down by your peers in court. We'll see what becomes of it. But an arrest has been made, and I congratulate the Meridian Police Department on that.
Yes.
That is great that an arrest was made.
Absolutely.
All right, we got for all you people out there traveling up north. We've got Highway 45, Highway 16 at the four-way stop in Scuba. 18-wheeler versus car. A big motor vehicle accident with injuries eastbound. So be careful if you're having to come through that area. It's probably going to be a while before that area is cleaned up. So leave a little early if you have to come that way. But four-way stop there in Scuba, Highway 45, Highway 16. Bad wreck with an 18-wheeler and a car.
That's tough there. You can't miss that there at the intersection there. It's on the way to Scuba Tech.
Scuba Tech.
Scuba Tech. Went there myself for a few years.
I love it.
Then they wanted you to show up on time.
I went there for 6 years.
Had to take victory laps.
Well, I changed careers a couple times.
Yeah.
Underwater basket weaving, BB stacking.
We had a car accident in Neshoba County yesterday afternoon that turned up with both cars on fire. As we go here,
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh my gosh.
That is tough. Did everybody get out okay?
Everybody with minor injuries, Eric Clark told me. Let's get a better look at this. Look at that. That's a Kia, isn't it?
Yeah. That'd scare you a little bit. That looks like my wife's car.
And absolutely nothing left of either vehicle.
Like, seriously, what is going on that all these vehicles catch on fire? I feel like this didn't used to be as big of an issue as it.
Parts made in other countries, maybe.
Okay.
And I don't know that that's.
It just seems.
You hit just right, and you get little fuel spills here and there. You hit hard. Go back and see what year is this vehicle. What shape was your fuel line? You bust it. Batteries. These new age batteries. These batteries that we've got nowadays are not the safest ones in the world.
Well, not only that, think of all the options and the things on vehicles now where they automatic this, automatic that. How many cases of something else too? Inferior, I guess that's the word, phone chargers. How many cases have we proven that people left a phone charger plugged up in their car caught on fire in the middle of the night and burnt the house down because it was under their carport?
Yeah.
So I didn't think of that.
I highly recommend always, if you've got accessories plugged into your cigarette lighter, I guess it's an accessory port now because we'd offend someone for saying cigarette. But anyhow, unplug everything in your car. I mean, especially, hey, we go by and buy one. Everybody's got them, these cheap imitation phone chargers.
Gas station because you left yours.
That's right. So I'm just saying.
And your phone gets hot for some reason.
That's a telltale sign that something's going to catch on fire.
But you still need the charge.
That's right. But unplug stuff when you get out of your vehicle.
Here's something you won't think about, and we studied this when I went through fire investigator in National Fire Academy. A bottle of water sitting in a cup holder in a car. And everything was just right. The water level was just right. It was parked just right. The sun come in just right. And a beam of light came through that water bottle. It enhanced it. A beam was then focused on the upholstery of the seat, caught the car on fire.
Oh, we saw what's his name from Gilligan's Island, the professor, do that years ago. I remember seeing that.
They didn't have it that one radio, though. Yeah, but it's strange things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you leave a mirror laying there, all kind of stuff can happen.
Oh my!
You're 4 or 5 payments behind. I mean, anything can happen.
We got a press conference we're going to be going to here in just a little while at the Sheriff's Department. We'll bring that to you around 10 o'clock this morning to find out
What's the subject on that? They give you a heads up?
It's a new way to knock on doors.
It is.
Oh, I know. Okay.
So, this ought to be pretty interesting coming to a city near you. The question is, will the city of Meridian use it?
Well, I always love to remind people the city of Meridian is inside Lauderdale County.
That's a good way to put that.
So,
but
if Lauderdale County is getting it, so are the residents of Meridian and the residents of Meridian.
Your taxes do go toward all that. I agree with that.
For clarification, we all got it.
But who's going to get the call, I guess, is where I'm going with that. Who will the city call? They haven't been doing that lately.
I feel like city-county relations can improve. I think they can.
Yeah.
I think that's a very important thing.
It is, because it's been some division, without a doubt.
Everybody ought to look at the relationship between the city fire and county fire and county emergency. I have been in the first responder business for over 30 years. I've never seen a relationship any better, or seen a fire chief, as far as that goes, do a better job that reaches out. I mean, I hate to blow smoke up him, but he just tells it. I mean, he's just a good guy, but I've never seen the morale better. And I mean, city fire departments is at the top of its game.
I remember going out to John C. Stennis Drive. That home was on fire. They come out and help there. Kemper County there, as you get to Blackwater, that home that caught on fire, that antebellum home.
Yes.
Meridian Fire Department went and helped because somebody needed help quickly. And I'm telling you, boy, that was good.
And it's the citizen and the taxpayer are the winners here.
Yes.
Because everything's more efficient. You're using resources the way you need it to be. Everybody's using good common sense. There's no emotion in it. And you need something, all right, we'll help you. You need something, okay, I've got this over here. And it just is, it's just easy. So the citizen wins whenever everybody works together.
Exactly.
It's not a competition.
That's right.
No, not at all.
And you're not duplicating services on a lot of stuff.
There we go. There is no reason.
If one of you's got a classroom, both of you can use it instead of having to keep up two. That's just common sense.
I'm carrying me a map. Greg, if Greg hadn't have been there, I don't know if anybody else would have believed it, but I responded to an incident that was on I-20. It was in the county, and Greg was there. I pulled up Highway Patrol, and another department that I won't name was there. That I sometimes have trouble out of. I pull up on the scene, and I get ready to go to where the incident is, and the officer from that agency steps in front of me, going to block me. And I said, "You do realize this is Lauderdale County." Lauderdale County, and I went around them. There's a tendency within this department that they think they can block the media from doing their job. It is ridiculous.
There was nothing dangerous. It was a truck went off the road.
Yeah, it was nothing.
It was no crime scene, nothing.
And I said, "You do realize this?" And the answer was, "Well, I was told that it was a city." And I said, "Look yonder, 2.5 miles yonder way. That's the city. You have no jurisdiction." It's ridiculous. I remember going to Highland Park. I kid y'all not. About where the shooting happened. It was a Meridian High School van that wrecked a person who was driving and had a medical problem. They ran off the road in the bushes. It put a little small dent on it. It was nothing to it, and there was a police car in the road, and so I walk up to it, and I'm blocked and told that I cannot enter a crime scene. I'm sorry, this is not a crime scene. This is a van in the bushes. And so I had to go on. I said, "Hey, can I step on your property?" And the homeowner let me come on their land, and I took a picture. It's just ridiculous. All this has got to stop. And this has happened since this administration that's been in has been taken over, to where they call everything a crime scene and try to push the media out for you not to know what's going on. I do remember a mayor that had SUV up in the air like this. It was faced just like this, and I was approached angrily by 2 police, one which has been indicted and will go before a grand jury for said crimes that was on the scene, as another one yelled at me for being at a crime scene. It was not a crime scene, it was a wreck, unless there was some crime there that I was not allowed to see.
They're just saying might as well get you deputized.
It just, follow the rule is where I'm at on that. We all got to work together.
Well, the thing is the media in this town, we all know it's the same people at everything, and there's just
I'm going to be gone in just a second.
But the thing is if you have a good working relationship with them and you help them and give them information that people need, then when you do need to, they're there and there's a good reason for maybe you don't want them to release something yet, then you have a good working relationship, and Scotty Ray's going to say, okay, yeah, I got it, just let me know, and then you have a rapport. That's all it is.
And, I can remember being in another county not long ago, and I ran up on a situation. I got out and I started taking pictures, and I got a phone call that said, hey, would you mind, I'll make this up to you.
Yeah.
Because it was somebody being arrested that was a drug dealer.
Right.
And he goes, that guy now works for me.
Yeah. And it's the benefit of all. And and the media will help you.
Absolutely. You ain't got to be ugly.
It should be a resource to the next administration.
It should be.
Yeah.
Folks, I got 3, how many months left of this?
Let's see.
We need a calendar each day, a countdown. Oh, yeah. But I'm talking about, where you hold up like boxing.
Yeah, but she's got 12 toes. She can count.
I'm up to.
How many days?
You're under 3 months right now.
Under 3 months. And it's just really no need for this. We're there to report what happens, give you the best of our knowledge. If something is wrong, it's because we're not given the correct information. Sometimes you have to guess what it is.
Yep.
And that's sad.
I always say you give them the narrative, or they're going to create it for you.
That's correct. And people that constantly tell me that they've got a college education and they're better than me. I have, even within the city government, I got an education. Well, isn't that real nice? I'm glad you got that.
That's always a strange response for me.
But I've had that happen to me in the last.
I know a lot of people that have graduated from college that ain't bright.
Yeah.
And I know a lot.
I'm proud for them.
Yeah.
I'm proud for them. But you can have a doctorate and be an idiot.
Yes, you can.
And you can have a 8th grade education and be a genius. I'm sorry.
I've worked with people, as you just put it, that for whatever reason, I knew a guy that was one of the smartest people I ever run into. He had to drop out of high school at 8th grade to help with his daddy died.
Right.
He had to go to work to help his mama with all the family. That don't make him not smart.
No. And I want to clarify that I'm not against education.
No.
I think the further you can afford to go, the better off you will be in life. But don't think that puts you a cog ahead, because it ain't going to make you no smarter.
Mm-hmm. In the last month, though, I've had 2 people more or less jump me and brag that they had a college education and that Scotty Ray didn't. I'm so glad for them. More power to you. One didn't get reelected, and another one, blessed. We'll leave it at that. We'll be right back. We're going to play a little history here with the 2. Look at them. They're ready for this.
I can't wait.
We're going to check their intelligence level.
Yeah.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Oh, here we go.
Stop it. Stop talking about people. Y'all, they talk.
They? Wait a minute.
Our ringleader over here.
Yes.
I didn't get a text message saying that I'd been fired.
I heard tell of that.
We're going to...
Can I?
I don't know.
Well, there is rumored that a text message was sent.
I'm gonna get. I don't. No.
No.
I don't know.
Can I tell this? Because
you done started.
Somebody that got fired Tuesday got a message that told them.
Well, somebody. Yeah. Let me put it this way. Somebody who lost a big position, disgruntled, had fired somebody and played it off as they resigned, and they didn't. And they were forced out. So they sent a text message that said, "Look who's fired now." Did anybody get a screenshot? I love it. Always remember this. What's that old saying about that ladder going up? It's the same one you come down.
That's exact. No matter how high you fly, you got to land.
That's right.
I'm behaving.
Are you? But that is really one of the best stories that made my week. I mean, it really made me smile, y'all. It's because they were really, really ugly to someone. And then the people have spoken. As Zorro once said, the peoples have spoken. Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all watched that version of Zorro or not, but it was good.
Okay.
Was that the one with Antonio Banderas?
No, it was the one before that. Who was the guy who... What? This was the one in the 80s. Y'all didn't like Zorro, I take it.
No.
You didn't?
Or his sword.
All right, we'll just leave that story.
I'm okay.
Let's go back to 1865. You ever dreamed of anything?
Have I ever what?
Yeah.
You ever had Elvis had a dream?
Yeah.
You ever dreamed of anything?
Yeah, I have some dreams.
This guy, and there's no lie, he dreamt it the way it actually happened. The whole 9 yards. Told people about it, and it would come to light just a few weeks later.
Titanic.
Close.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was almost to the letter of what he dreamed, and he even told him about the coins on his eyes, down to it where he would be lying.
That's wild.
Yeah,
and that did happen.
Well, if he'd have done it, I don't think I'd have went that night.
I don't think they told him.
Y'all tell me how.
Forget them theater tickets there, Mary Todd. We're staying home. We'll catch the rerun.
I'll stick a pot pie in the oven. Let's hang out here.
That was a bad mistake, wasn't it? Mississippi has really always given to society when it comes to musicians.
Yes.
We've had some of the best. Blues, you love blues as much as I do.
I love blues music.
They're good. One of the all-time great names. You know a song called Sweet Home Chicago? Yeah. Boy, we go back from Muddy Waters, who was born on this date, 1915, here in the great state of Mississippi. I don't know Manish Boy. Maybe if I heard it, I would know the song. But blues are really good.
I love blues.
I do too.
And it comes from the heart. It comes from
really
hard
does.
times.
Absolutely.
Have you ever been up to Cleveland, Mississippi, where Dockery Farms, where it says, it was old plantation. But anyways, there was a lot of blues that
come from there.
Yeah, and it's to walk through it, and they've got it where you can hear all the old audio that they've remastered. It's awesome.
I was in was it Clarksdale where I met Bobby Blue Bland. He had it going with his entourage we were down with Morgan Freeman, and he had like 8 women that was his entourage, and they all come in. I said, look at this man.
I like blues.
They're good. They really are good.
Yeah.
What else happened today?
I'm proud they come from Mississippi.
Does the name David White mean anything to anybody?
I mean, I know David White in Meridian.
What's he done? Was he ever hanging out with a blonde?
Is he in Advertisements?
Ever hanging out with a blonde?
Blonde who's in Advertisements?
No, he's in Advertisements.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's got to be A Dream of Jeannie or
Close. Okay. All right.
Close.
Yeah, that's not the David White that I know.
He was Bewitched.
He was worried about nothing but the sale.
Larry Tate. That was his name.
Yeah.
Did they? Yeah, they did show his wife once or twice on that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Durwood, he done his best there to sell whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
This was funny back in the day, and his assistant coach, which I am blank at the moment, can't remember.
Talk about intelligence, and that fellow didn't have it.
The assistant coach was kind of duh. You remember watching Coach?
And Luther?
Yeah.
Luther.
Yeah.
Luther was the assistant coach, which was
you know it?
Van
Dyke.
Dyke.
Blonde bowl cut.
Wasn't he a Van Dyke?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Could have been
I think
Jerry. No. I don't know.
But somebody knows that. But I think it was a Van Dyke. But Luther was hilarious. He was just. And then you remember that other big, tall, blonde dude that was really, really dumb also?
Yeah, he was the jock.
Yeah.
See, I'm wondering if I'm getting those confused.
It was a young one and an old one. Both of them were idiots.
Okay.
And it made Craig T. Nelson look intelligent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Jerry Van Dyke. Yeah.
Jerry Van Dyke.
Was right.
He played the part good.
Your listeners are pretty smart.
They're smart. They're on this.
Are.
And they don't need prompt. They ain't even have time to Google it.
Mm-hmm. Well, some people can type faster than you.
I have been made fun of once or twice.
It is funny because this is how it's like.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how long it takes me to type out a big paragraph? I mean, it's my finger. I kid you not.
Yeah, we've seen some of your posts.
But it's bad when your fingers are bigger than the little letters on that keyboard when you touch it.
Especially at 70 in a curve. On a 2-lane highway.
Country music. It is how I made my living for many, many, many years. I love it. It's one of those things that I've always enjoyed. And let me name some of these songs. Do you remember I May Be Used, but Baby I Ain't Used Up? You know that one?
I've sang it before.
Old boy named Waylon Jennings sang it.
He knows Rednecks, White Socks, and
Blue Ribbon Beer.
Yeah, Johnny Russell.
Yep. Johnny sang that one. Do you remember I Recall a Gypsy Woman?
No.
Silver spangles in her hair.
She don't know.
What about Amanda?
Beautiful.
Don Williams did it first,
Correct.
didn't he?
Don Williams
But
done it
Waylon redid it.
Yeah. I've held it all inward.
Yeah.
Lord knows I try. It's an awful awakening in a country boy's life.
Yeah.
Louisiana Saturday Night, where you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. Remember that?
I know.
What do you do with good old boys
I'm
like me?
This is going to be the writer of all these songs.
What do you do with good old boys? Don
Williams.
Again, yeah.
That was those Williams boys. They still, yeah. If Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do. You remember that? And tell old Bert, I've seen all his movies. Y'all with me so far? Come on with me, sing with me. Let it out. Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. Any of these songs start to come to y'all? Yeah. You brought up, what was that when you sang of Sammy there a second ago?
Oh, she don't know she's beautiful.
I love that one.
Yeah, he done that. It must be love. It must be love. Alan Jackson may have sang that one. Remember that? And then there was a song that nobody wanted to touch. It hung around Nashville for about 10 years. And everybody would take it and they'd go and walk away. Alan Jackson walked up and said, hand it to me. He's Gone Country. Y'all remember that one? Look at them boots. And he told her what was really going on. And that's what changed country music right then and there. About 1994, you had a bunch of people that were probably potheads from the rock and roll that made it over to country, and they became music executives, and they thought, hey, let's bring on Exile and these hippies over here named Kentucky Headhunters. And the next thing you know, it's no longer country. It's what we got a generation later. But this guy, who I'm talking about, had a birthday today. He was born in 1944, and he wrote every one of those songs that we just mentioned. Anybody got a guess?
I sort of want to say, I don't know.
It's big name. Whenever he does it, Bob McDill. He wrote all of that and many more.
I did not know that.
That guy was just talented. I get excited to talk about stuff like that.
I can see.
You never know.
I know.
Behind each one of those is a story of some sort that sparked that.
Yeah.
Even Timo remembers when you
the toad is closed. That's one of the best Scotty Ray misspellings of all time. I love that one.
That's why we told you don't correct it.
Just leave
it like it is because it goes far.
It's funny. Do y'all remember, and Greg, you may, I doubt Odie knows this one. The Statler Brothers had a song called Silver Medals and Sweet Memories. Anybody know that one?
No.
It's about a guy that goes off to war that never comes home, and his wife had him. It was talking about his daddy. You're not into this, I can see that. But
what gave that away?
But the idea came, he went to a funeral of a friend, and on the coffin set the flag. And it was a little lady there, and everybody was telling her condolences, and he went home, and it hit him of what went on there. And he wrote that story about that little widowed lady. And y'all are not into this.
I mean, I love my Friday morning country music education.
All right, let's go on back to this old chick here. Y'all remember her from Benson? Margaret Williams?
Oh, yeah, the stuffy.
That one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm listening. What do you want me to do?
This bunch, I was never, the only song that I guess I really liked by them was All the Gold in California. Is in a bank in somebody else's name. Steve Gatlin, he never got much credit out of it. Pretty boy in the middle there was always trying to get the camera time.
Mm-hmm.
Larry.
He looks like it.
Trying to show off that chestices.
The chestices.
This one, if I were to say, don't be angry
with me, darling.
If I fail to understand.
That's right.
It would be the great Stonewall Jackson back in '63. He recorded that song.
Oh man, he has some good ones too.
Been here 15 years and still got life to go.
Yeah,
and I ain't talking about marriage.
And didn't he have one about the blue suit he wore out every night in his dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
in Waterloo, where were you? You're just really.
I just sit here and let Scotty Ray sing to me for about 20 minutes every Friday.
And you enjoy that?
I mean,
I can stop.
That's why you make the big bucks.
This guy's played a lot of parts throughout Hollywood. He was born today, and I think he's had some drug issues, and he may have been drinking a little bit from time to time. But boy, did he play this part well. Robert Downey Jr. has a birthday today.
Yeah, he's one of the best Sherlock characters I've seen.
Am I not right that he did go through some troubled times?
Yeah,
and finally
I think so.
Get his. He is together now, right?
I believe that.
I think so.
As far as I know.
All right, let's see what else happened here.
Oh, she was the tough one that rode in on a motorcycle.
She could whoop Greg with one arm behind her back.
So can I.
Her name.
Oh yeah, that's the one that rode the motor scooter.
Joe.
Yeah.
That
I
was
her.
The Facts of Life. You want to sing that for us, Julie?
Nope. You gotta know your strengths, and that one ain't mine.
Well, it's not mine either, but that don't hold me back.
And this one, who was?
Somebody said Scotty Ray has a new nickname, Garth Ray. That's what we were calling him Tuesday night.
I gotta say, Greg, that was
funny. He
bright,
had
that bright shirt and that microphone. I just kept looking up for those cables. For him.
to fly in.
That's right.
Yeah, he had that black microphone like Garth Brooks always has.
That was good.
Yeah.
This was what, 1967?
Yeah, one of the characters that he played wore this big old headset, and he'd go, "What is the speed faster than light?" Then he would open up an envelope and give the answer.
You on one of them nerds or us deals again.
Yeah,
His character's name was Melmac or something like that.
No, the Great Karnak.
The Great Karnak.
It sounds like a great car wreck.
Yeah.
And what is interesting about this week, he'd had enough. He was making them tons of money, and he goes, "Hang on, I quit," and walked off. They would come back and offer him $30,000 a week. At that time, that was big money back in 1967.
It's big money today.
Yeah.
Carson, the Great Karnak.
Okay.
Can't believe you don't know who that is.
I know who Johnny Carson
I like
is.
Johnny Carson,
But
y'all's
y'all's descriptions are
sucks.
terrible.
What'd
Y'all
you do?
been
Get
thinking
up and go to
nothing
the
else.
bathroom?
Big
That's
curtain
it.
with a putt comes out from behind the curtain with a putter hitting the golf ball. That's Johnny
Yeah.
Carson.
Johnny,
Or
you know, you-
making fun of Ed McMahon for being drunk on stage. That's Johnny Carson.
he was. Let me show you. Do know the. Let me show you a picture.
One of my favorite Carsons is, what was the guy's name? Dean Martin.
Yeah.
That always acted drunk. And he come out there, he said, "That's just a prop, his drink." And Carson got his drink and took a drink of it. Like it fell out of his chair.
Here he is in the Great Karnak.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all seen
Okay.
that
I just wouldn't have called it. I didn't know that was what it was called.
I don't know why it stuck with me, but one of them was, what speed is actually faster than the speed of light? And then he opened it up, and the answer was, the time between the light turning green and the behind you honking the horn.
He had an ability. The writers that put that stuff together, some of it is.
And he was just good. I'm sorry. And I've not watched late night TV really since then. And I can still remember the last episode watching it.
Jay Leno ruined it for me. When he took over that, I was like,
Well, Jay Leno, I honestly, I could watch Leno. I mean, a little bit. I didn't like him like I did Carson, but I could watch Leno.
Yeah.
But then when these other idiots that's on now, no, I'd rather watch a test of the emergency broadcast system.
That redheaded guy that is semi-popular now that does award shows and things. What's his name?
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
He's rough looking, y'all.
I mean, I don't know.
Chet Atkins brought up Foster Brooks, and he's the one that always portrayed a drunk on all of his doing. Never drank a sip of alcohol.
Okay,
But
just played one.
But just played one, and he was absolutely awesome.
What's the other comedian that's his last name is White?
Ron White.
Yeah, I think he's actually drunk.
Yeah, he is. He's drunk whenever he's doing it. 100%.
He done that part really good.
Yeah.
He lived it.
Told that old boy on that airplane when that engine quit, he said, "How far can we make it?" He said, "All the way to the crash site." And we're going to beat the paramedics by 30 minutes.
Let's go back to 1969. As a kid, I loved westerns. They really shaped who I am.
By the hat.
Well, tell us more.
Cowboys were just really it. I love this show. As we go back for our first agents, the Wild West. Oh, James West was bad to the bone. I always had gadgets that nobody else had. Mm-hmm. You know, the you could tap the boot heel and a knife would pop out on his boot and he'd cut himself out of being tied. That you're not into this, are you?
I'm listening. I'm getting an education.
Let's go over to Petticoat Junction. It would end today in 1970. This guy right here.
Yeah, that didn't bother me.
He played the same character on like 4 shows from Beverly Hillbillies on down to Green Acres. He played that
Sam
Mr. Drucker.
What grade were you
Sam Drucker. Do it now?
What grade were you in?
When
Petticoat Junction.
I saw.
Fair.
It really wasn't. You're right on that. It really wasn't.
It wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't. They tried.
I never cared for Green Acres, but that's just me.
She was pretty, was what made the show.
Well, I ain't never seen a fella in a suit get on a tractor. I'm sorry, it just took it out of.
It did.
We farmed all my life, but nobody never seen nobody with a suit on. With a bow tie on a tractor that you stood up on. I mean, I'm sorry.
It didn't happen.
It just didn't happen.
And that little guy that sold all the products that showed up.
I like Mr. Haney.
He had it going on.
No matter what you needed, he had it, buddy.
Now be careful with this one because Greg still thinks that it comes with new shows. These aren't reruns.
I think Greg could probably quote each show.
Andy Griffith.
Not the next one.
Hogan's Heroes.
There you are. 71. It would end. That really was a good show.
And there's Richard Dawson in the background.
Trying to find a woman to kiss.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Where is Larry? There he is with his hit. Larry Hovis. And I'm trying to think of the other ones.
What's that little guy right there? What's his name?
He died last year.
Sure did.
Louis Laveau was his name on the show, and I'm trying to think of his name.
And you know, he was an actual prisoner of war in a Nazi camp.
Right.
Sure was.
Very good show.
I liked it a whole lot. You're getting restless over there. Have you seen how many times she's wiggled in that chair? Something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. What do you want from me right
now?
now?
The problem is she got to sit in this chair Monday, and she'll never be the same.
I just this is not my subject matter, so I don't need to speak on it, so I'm just listening.
Well, we don't need to speak on it either, but that ain't stopped us.
Well, clearly.
72, Elvis came out and he recorded this, and it would be one of his biggest songs he'd ever done. The American, hint, trip. Y'all didn't get it. I threw out all kinds of hints there. Oh, I wish I was in a land of cotton. Y'all sing with me. That's how it starts out.
I
you just don't seem to be in it today.
I don't sing. I'm sorry, fire me.
Now this would be.
You're not getting off.
You mean you didn't quit?
Fire me.
Really?
I took off one time.
What? One time last week, and one time week before last,
and the week before that.
I'm not going to be here the week after next.
Yeah, imagine that.
73. You know, back in the early 70s, there were just subjects that you didn't talk about.
That's right.
It just didn't happen. And somewhere along about 73, things began to change, and people began to sing about what went on as the lights went down. Conway would lead that.
Oh, yeah, he was dirty in some of them's mind.
This was banned, seriously, on a lot of radio stations, because boom, 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 as I feel your tender kisses.
Yeah.
You've never been this far before. Do you know the song? Boom, boom, boom. You with me?
Oh, he had a slew of them.
And it's Julie. You don't know the song seriously?
I mean, I'm gonna probably recognize it when you put it up, but I listened to the Hamilton Broadway soundtrack on the way here this morning. We are not the same.
On purpose?
Yes, I love it.
Who would want to do that?
I'm just telling you,
Your
that's
radio
my
broke?
like. This is not my. Anyways, I'm familiar with Conway.
Conway, and of course, this went to that of it was a woman that he wanted to have an affair with, and she'd just never been that far before. As I touched forbidden places,
Conway was.
He pushed it.
Yes, sir.
And who was his audience? That housewife that was standing there washing those dishes, and she was going, Conway.
Harold Lloyd Jenkins, actually.
That man had it.
Yes, sir.
He may not have been the most handsome fella, but he sure sang himself to a lot of
Man, he could sing.
What was the song about the sparkling little diamond? Where he's sitting at the bar and she's sitting next to him, and he said, I see your wedding band. I still see the want to in your eye.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
Darling, how I'd love to lay you down. Tight fit jeans.
I don't know, but it comes from the left.
Sounded like a
side of
maiden
me
call.
over. I don't know what it was.
You might want to be
That's
careful.
what That's what she done at the bar when he was sitting there telling her, and she went. It was that growl. That's what you call that cougar growl.
Thought it was a nasal infection.
Well, if somebody snorts at me, I'm going to automatically go buy her a drink.
Or you better get you too.
You better get me too.
Because if she's growling and snorting, well, you're going to get better make sure she got her parvo shot.
This was the biggest of the biggest that had ever been done. It was 1973. An airplane would land in Hawaii. Old boy from Tupelo, Mississippi would step off. There would be
That would be
cameras.
Elvis. I know that one.
That would be it.
That's one.
Camera crew would follow him around, and they say that this is the first time. Is it? I want to say it was a billion. Is what they say. Watched it. Aloha.
A billion?
A billion.
How do you say billion
That's with
without
a
an
B.
L?
I done it pretty good, didn't I?
Same way you say Tulsa.
And who was his girlfriend then?
Was it Linda Thompson? Was that
I
her
was
name?
trying to remember.
There was
'cause it
several.
Seemed like there was old video of her being with him in Hawaii and all that.
And Elvis still had it in '74. He still had the Elvis.
What size
look.
Elvis was he then?
This size right here. This is him from the
Oh
stage.
yeah, all right.
There he is there. And it would be somewhere in that 3-year period that the banana sandwiches would get to him.
Yeah, okay.
Elvis still got it today. He's
That's true.
preaching in Arkansas. Ain't he?
He ain't quit yet.
That's right.
Let's see here. It would be 74. Someone tied Babe Ruth's record. And that's a big deal there.
Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
74. Wow. Been a little while there. Let's see here. This guy, Heath Ledger. Y'all remember him? A Knight's Tale?
No.
Did he
Overdosed.
Yeah, I didn't know if it's, I couldn't remember overdosed or suicide.
Found him
And
graveyard.
he had already he'd already played the Joker and that Batman, but it hadn't been released yet, didn't it? Didn't it
think
get
that's
released
right.
after his
Yeah.
death? Yeah.
And then a few of you remember him from that where they tried to run the cowboy image there, Brokeback Mountain. He was
yeah.
He was the lead
That's Greg's favorite
cowboy
movie.
wearing guy.
That's
Greg loves that movie.
R.W. and the cows, I guess.
You and RW watch that when you go over?
No, he's in the sequel.
You know, back in the day, one thing that kept America rolling was CB radios.
Absolutely.
The truckers.
Break one, not Rubber Ducky.
And the base
Don't you
stations
know?
in the houses.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
talked on the radio.
And it really was. And this guy made his living off of that. He understood the trucker and the truckers' wives and Teddy Bear. Y'all remember that?
Dale Reeves, Red Savine.
There you go. You hit it on the head there. And there's probably, that ranks up there with either the number one or number two saddest song of all time would be Teddy Bear.
Oh, yeah,
Back
a little
and talk to-
cripple boy, and he gets on the radio, and his daddy's passed away, and his
Yeah.
mama's at work, and they go round the block. What was it, 129 Jackson Avenue was
It was.
his address.
Do you know even what we're talking about, Julia?
No.
As Greg pointed out, it's a little boy that gets on a CB radio and says, "Breaker, breaker, 19." And he wants to talk to truckers. He's 9 years old and he's crippled. His daddy's died, and he just he's going to die. And he wanted to ride in a rig one last time. And boy, how many miles were those trucks
They
like
said they were lined up 3 city blocks. Said as soon as one would unload him, another would load him up.
Touching. touch him.
Come
we
on,
would
back
lose.
truckers, and talk to Teddy Bear.
Bear. Red Savine, and of course Phantom.
He had a bunch of truck driving songs.
That was, even back in the Dave Dudley era of 6 days on the road.
Yeah.
What's the next line? Come on, pull it out. I know you got it in there somewhere. And I'm going to make it home.
Yeah, tonight. Yep. I know that song. 6 days on the road.
And Sawyer Brown would re-record that, and they would take out the little white lines. I'm taking little white pills, and they changed it to little white line to try to make it more.
And then had
so it wasn't about cocaine; it was about the road.
Yeah,
the girl on the billboard.
Yeah, Dale
Reeves.
By the big old highway.
Woke that fella up at 3:00 in the morning.
He said she ain't real. You're just really not having a good time.
I mean, this has been a very long trivia.
Okay, let's go back to 1980.
We've been at this for like 25 minutes, Scotty Ray.
This is responsible.
And we're only to 1980.
I know, we're at 1980, and this is responsible for half of Newton County's population there. It's Mickey Gilley's fault, of course. He's saying, stand by me.
I was thinking girls all get prettier. My bad.
That was down at Larry's.
Y'all better watch out. Newton County will get you.
Urban Cowboy. Who remembers Drifter? You remember a girl named Sylvia? Yeah. That's what she looks like, and she's still pretty.
Oh, yeah.
It's just been a long time since you heard the name Sylvia. I never liked this.
I couldn't either.
He was too pretty. He thought he was too pretty, and it didn't fit.
No.
Yeah.
It was a bomb. The car was ugly.
Yeah, he was real impressed.
That was probably the worst looking Trans Am there ever was.
Probably the weakest the lowest horsepower Trans Am.
Yeah, it would have like 29 horsepower.
Yeah, had a Briggs and Stratton.
All right, if you're traveling on Highway 19 at Whippoorwill Road, we've got another wreck. Trying to find out exactly where this is at. We've got a car that's over on the side. Don't know exactly how many vehicles are involved yet, but Highway 19 north, Whippoorwill, be careful coming through that area.
It's a wreck.
It's a wreck. So y'all be safe over there.
All right, as we go back we've made it to 1987, Julie. As you get more of your time.
40 more years to go.
I may have been born.
Ain't no way that was 40 years ago.
Starship, nothing's going to stop us now. That was number one.
Man.
No.
They sang that at a few proms, I hear. Okay. All right. We'll leave it alone.
We're getting closer.
Probably one of the most recognizable outside of his first song there, Amarillo by Morning. This would probably be
George Strait.
Yeah, it'd be the next song that everybody knows him by.
We got some oceanfront property in Arizona.
I bought a couple of acres of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was on top of somebody else.
We're going to say this man was falsely, and then we'll conclude after this. This was 2006. One of our heroes was falsely accused, we'll say, because the charges didn't stick. That a waitress said he was ugly to me and he grabbed me. Police would come to his house and they would arrest him because she filled out the paperwork and she'd have to drop the charges at a later time. Don't be picking on Bocephus. Hank Jr.
Oh, yeah.
That did happen, but it was never proven that he tried to chokehold her. She tried to accuse Hank of that. Was it a stunt for money? We may never know. Kind of like Fox News. He ain't going back for an interview on there ever again. Ever. I'm worried about you.
He didn't say anything either. Why is it on me?
We'll be right back.
Bye.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with the Friday gang, as everybody recuperates from that tough trivia game.
It really was a hard trivia day.
And I'm glad to see you up and at them this morning. You know, being retired, she didn't have to get up. But she said I was being pretty quiet, and I told her, I didn't know half that stuff myself.
I know. He might.
I couldn't say nothing on it.
Well, the wind's blowing. She needs to keep her matches in her pocket.
Yes.
Who?
And she likes to set
She'll
woods
burn
on.
everything between her and Greg.
Yeah, she likes to set stuff on. Just cut the TV on that channel that's got those logs burning and watch that.
Is that pond still half full?
Yeah, she boiled them fish in that pond.
Julia, how do you say Tumasuba?
Tumasuba?
We had a boo-boo out there yesterday.
How do you say it?
It's Tumasuba, but a lot of people I hear say Tumasuba.
Yeah.
Tumasuba. We had you've seen this on interstates. You're going down and here comes a rig and they're hauling 3 new trucks behind them. They're all piggybacked like this. Mm-hmm. We had a boo-boo at Tumasuba yesterday to where that back one, it come loose.
All right, boo-boo.
And boo-boo come loose and went through the bushes there. See it down in the ditch there? As we would get right on up here, we'd find the rest of them still stacked on the back. At least he did stop.
You missed your opportunity.
Headed to Guatemala.
There, that's what happened.
Yeah.
What happened to the American trucker? He just quit.
They quit talking English.
They did, and Red Savine went away. See what happens?
It's just piece by piece.
Man alive. It's some Kentucky headhunters' fault for ever getting in country music. We had a boo-boo North Hill Street, y'all.
Another boo-boo.
Boo-boo. This was a big boo-boo.
Boy, that'd be like a main
You can't park there.
You can't park there.
That caused a little traffic jam there near Mickey D's yesterday and Taco Bell on North Hill Street for a little
while. It looked like they was going in the wrong way anyway.
It does look kind of serious there.
Maybe they got knocked that direction.
That could be too. Hey, up in Neshoba County, they're looking for a couple people and could use your hand identifying them where they are. See these two?
Intervention court. I like intervention court. I think it's got some opportunities. I don't think addiction should send you straight to prison. I think you should have an opportunity to work on yourself. So if you can't comply, then we escalate.
And
these people got given an opportunity, it looks like, and they didn't partake
of the program.
Yeah.
That dude on the right ought to be fairly easy to spot.
He may be. Third cousin?
No.
Okay, just checking there.
Yeah.
Same haircut.
I keep it covered.
I
got hair.
We actually beat the fire department somewhere first yesterday. We did.
Well, you've been setting the fires, Scotty, right?
Yeah.
That power line kind of sparked over there and commenced that.
He said, I ain't had a post in an hour and a half.
24 seconds. Here they were. They put it out in no time flat there. So appreciate the Meridian Fire Department showing up and helping out with that little incident that went on yesterday.
Hey, with this wind the way it's been, don't nobody need no woods fire.
That wind is crazy. Every time I was in Jackson yesterday, and I'm like, Scotty Ray needs to do a dress report, of like, don't wear a wrap dress.
Because it will go above your head.
It's a problem. And if you want to know the windiest day of the month, it's the day I wear a wrap dress every time. And I'm like fighting for my life.
I thought it was when you wore them Spider-Man underwear, and it was...
Amy wore this dress to the governor's mansion.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We were in Jackson, and Odie's wife was walking in front of us, and the wind caught her dress, and it went above her head.
Oh, right in front of the governor's mansion.
Hey, idiot.
Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did.
Amy turned around and said, my bad.
That wind will come. It comes out of nowhere, and you're like, all right.
Yesterday, I'm serious. I chased my cowboy hat across 3 parking lots.
Where was Al? You didn't go by and pick him up?
They don't have like cowboy hat glue, to
get Al to go with you.
Let me see if I can.
Daddy, my hat blew off.
Y'all weren't around. Let me see if I can find this picture from last week. Here it is. This was tough. I hadn't driven a convertible with a cowboy hat in quite a while, but we attempted this in Meridian. Let me zoom in on this. That little car will skid down the road.
Were you driving or riding?
I was driving. Matthew, for whatever reason, handed the keys to me.
And so you had to drive like this?
Yes. Over 49, you really ought to take your cowboy hat off.
It wasn't going to mess your hair up.
Jeans a little tight.
But
that groove in the top, that's where you put a concrete block.
Right there. Yeah.
They bedazzled too.
Were those jeans bedazzled on the back? Scotty Ray.
My jeans, were they bedazzled?
I
don't think so. Is there something on them?
I was just wondering.
No, I got my wallet. You can see my little bitty wallet there. It ain't much to it there.
All right.
You spend it all on gas money.
One card will do me, so that's fine.
But that if y'all have never had the opportunity to drive one of those, man alive, it has this S. If you touch that, it'll make the tires squall. If you get that
that's
S.
That's what S stands for.
But the car goes like this when you mash the gas after touching that button on the dash. It's something else. It was like a Ricky Bobby moment. I want to go fast. It's something else to see.
Game first, last.
But
that's right.
You getting one?
No, I'm gonna go
Scotty
buy.
Ray down the side of it.
That would be. You want to talk about a fast response vehicle? That would get you there before the incidents even happened.
Well, I thought, you're already there.
And with that Garth headset, you know how quick it could be. Everybody holler, "Boogie Dad, Boogie Dad."
Boogie Dad, please.
He could go live with the camera on the dash.
That's exactly
we
it.
in route now.
As a matter of fact, that you bring that up, we did beat the police to the scene of the situation yesterday. As you'll see, the top video, nobody's there. The second video there, the police arrived. And I don't know whether it quit or what, but it was just kind of left there in the intersection and walked away.
All right.
I don't like it no more. I'm leaving.
Now, if you got to have credentials to be behind the wheel, man,
that's right.
The people were blowing the horn all the way back up the hill as far as you could see coming.
And there's just nobody in the car.
Nobody in the car. And I was standing there filming, going. Nobody knew what I was talking about because I didn't have my cowboy hat on. I had on a ball cap.
Oh, they didn't know who
I've
you
never
were.
seen ball cap, Garth Ray.
I had to do
you
it.
were the driver.
I had on my.
Sitting there pointing at his car.
I had on my Clark County Sheriff's Department hat, and I was standing there, and they wouldn't pay me attention.
That sure makes Anthony proud. You're standing in a busy intersection, looking like a bumbling fool. Way to go!
Trying to make them proud down there.
How is this real life?
Oh, let's see. Here's a picture of what we reported on yesterday morning of that school bus that was involved. It got a little tap on the side. As you can see, no damage.
A little tap tap.
A little tap tap. Everybody was okay. That was the good news from that. Let's see what else we got here going on. This is me and you had lunch last week. We met with the preacher man, Reverend Bowles.
Yes.
And he was telling us about a program that he had started for kids.
Yes.
And they're going to be doing that this weekend. Boxing for
cool.
kids.
Absolutely.
And this is at the old TV station that's up near the Evangel
right beside
Temple.
the Evangel Temple, or right up there by the Evangel Temple.
It will be tomorrow if you'd like to go by and learn more about this at Skyland Drive, ages 8 through 17, and it really does help. Call the church today. They'll tell you more about it. It's a good thing. He told a good story to us.
Yeah.
Well, y'all get quiet.
I totally agree.
No, I think it's a good program.
Very
Go for
good.
it.
And preacher, thank you for what you sent me, and that was real nice.
We had somebody walk off their job.
Me?
She's going to be filling in. Jimmy Rogers is now without a department head as the head of that director.
Yeah.
Left that, and this nice lady Elena is going to be filling in to replace it. So that's what's going on with Jimmy Rogers.
Board. They'll figure it out.
Let's see what else happened last week. Let's see. Sheriff's Department was all over this one here last week as they showed up at the motel and arrested someone. It was a lot of that during. They had a busy week. I was down by Rush Hospital, and I don't know if y'all saw this on 14th Street. They tried to gang up on the Coca-Cola truck. It got a little bump there.
Don't be messing with them Coca-Cola trucks.
It got a little ding in it there.
Yours is empty.
I know.
All right, I'm going to try and send this here to you.
Okay.
And
We got a fender bender there?
Yeah, we got a little fender bender, but
where?
The good thing is, that should be coming across
Okay, I got it.
Now, no injuries.
Oh,
This
that's
is
good.
Whippoorwill in 19. There it goes there.
All right, we'll get that loaded up here in just a second. We'll be right back. We ain't over yet. We got more to talk about.
Can't wait.
We'll find out more about Do y'all see this face? This is what we have to work with.
When she shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
All aboard for the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Arts and Crafts Festival, coming your way April the 12th in downtown Newton. Craft vendors, carnival rides, food vendors, the dinosaur experience for the kids at the Kids Zone. Zach Logan will be the headliner for the entertainment at Ray Payne Park. The Bank First Car Show returns with cars, trucks, racing vehicles, and classic cars. Plus a motorcycle show as well. It's all happening this year at the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Festival, downtown Newton. See you there.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray.
Hey.
Well, we had a boo-boo there for a moment, split second there.
Well, glad we got the only boo-boo of the day out of the way on the Scotty Ray Show.
This was the boo-boo show.
As we mentioned, we've got an accident. Here we go. This is up on Whippoorwill.
Yeah,
kind of like near Cripple Creek, as they used to say in that song. Whippoorwill Road here. We got an overturned vehicle. Let's zoom in on this a little bit more.
Is that an air conditioner?
Yeah, I call that too.
You're going to need that in a couple of months.
I'm not sure if it was in the window or if it was in the back of the car.
I think it's just in the back. So Whippoorwill between Old Lake Street Road and...
Just off Highway 19 there.
More Old Lake Street Road, more I'm looking, that might be Old Lake Street Road itself, right by Whippoorwill. Matter of fact, I think...
The Whippoorwill ain't that wide with lines on it, is it?
I think if you take Whippoorwill from 19, hit Whippoorwill and go down to Old Lake Street Road, take a right, and I think that's about where that's at.
All right, let's all say the name of this road the way that we pronounce it. You go first, Scotty Ray.
Whippoorwill.
Whippoorwill.
I feel like
Whippoorwill.
Whippoorwill, but I thought you were saying whippoorwill.
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 Yeah, Chips a Walla Wada. That's what they say. And you ever listen to them at night?
There are several ways to say it. You can't say whippoorwill or you can't say whippoorwill.
Okay.
It just depends on what side.
You can say that road that's between Highway 19 and Old Lake
that
Street
also
Road.
works.
Works in there.
And that road used to go to, and I know y'all have been out there to see him.
Hermit Joe's
house.
Yes, sir. Spent a week out there one night.
Sure did. Ate that nanny pudding, didn't you?
That's right.
When we were down and I was getting my Clark County Sheriff's Department hat there to be official and all, we ran into some nice kids down there, didn't we?
Definitely.
I like that shirt, Greg.
Well, thank you.
You picked it up by yourself?
I dressed for the occasion.
It was like a little party down there last weekend.
I'm telling
I heard.
that was a ton of people.
Look at that. Robin Miller went and bought her a 6-pack of glass Coca-Cola.
That's fancy.
Make you happy. Yeah,
Can't have
fancy.
money.
That's all I got. I got this here nice plastic one. You like the glass.
Glass is the way to go.
I think
What
they
you
do
got there,
taste
Greg?
better.
I will drink Diet Coke out of an old shoe if I have to.
We'll just go ahead and
maybe not one of them.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Scotty Ray Report.
You got that.
Yeah.
Love my Diet Coke.
Good stuff there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had some other events that went on
I'm
this.
sorry.
We need to say congratulations over Newton. This girl done a great job there. She was crowned Miss Mississippi Teen
Oh,
USA.
yeah, that's awesome.
She is beautiful.
Good for her.
Congratulations on that. We hadn't had a chance this week to thank her with that, but that is really, really good there.
I'm assuming she goes to a national.
Yeah, she's off to something else there. Hey, the picture of the week. I really thought this. I often get pictures sent in of sightings of me around town. This one, this was cute. I don't care who you are.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
At Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Let's see, Scotty Ray. Scotty, looky.
I was what you were going to say?
What's your Chick-fil-A order?
Number one
number
with
one.
a large Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Don't give me no condiments because we're going to get it all over the truck. We can't.
Yeah, I mean.
Don't give me no ketchup because it's a mess. Did I say that word wrong?
Yeah.
No.
How do you say it?
No, I think he said it right.
Yeah, he did.
Leave him alone, Greg.
Now
You're
he's gotta
always
think
picking
about it.
on him.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I wouldn't try and say it again.
Let things be. Greg, you got any idea how the progress is going here as we go to check on this again?
Yes, it's back open. Proceed with caution because it's just a gravel surface until the city gets, a chance to repave to overlay it. But I'm sorry.
Where's this?
That's
for the people that are watching for news.
Old Country Club?
Yeah, Old Country Club East, as you go, where if you're driving down Highway 39 toward the NAS Meridian, and you happen to pass this place where they play soccer and stuff on the right before we make it to the funeral home, there's a right-hand turn that will lead you up to Confederate Drive. Right up amongst them.
Oh, you know what? Okay. All right, I know exactly what you're
Mr.
talking
Philip Mosley notified me of that yesterday afternoon.
That is good. I'm glad that's open because that's a great shortcut over there.
Yeah.
To Highway 45.
He's going to come in, wants to be a guest one morning. He said, y'all were old friends.
I love Philip Mosley. I would love for him to be sitting there instead of you.
Wow.
No, he used to be a customer of mine way back when.
Okay.
I took good care of him.
He just said he had a lot of gossip on you and stuff, and he might fill in
really
when she's
weird?
gone, and we could just talk about her one Friday.
There you go.
He needed so much help. No, I got his phone number. I remember his cell phone number from
8675309.
He said he had that effect on most people.
No, it was just I had to walk out there many times on dirt and go get him to sign something because he's he does it all.
Always working.
So
hard working.
I don't know what y'all's opinion
where he's moving dirt. It was a problem. I was a
good girl.
Yeah, it was dedicated.
Yeah,
I tell you, what's y'all's opinion of Tucker Carlson?
I mean, I don't
Tucker
really.
Carlson.
I mean, I know.
I ain't got
whatever.
a clue who it is.
Yes,
he was on.
Yeah.
He was on Fox.
Him lately.
Fox
Yeah.
News.
Okay.
He had some little issues.
Had some issues, and he went and started his own thing. And he's bigger than Fox News
Yeah.
now. He built a studio at home and fires it up every day and outdoes them. I mean, he's good at what he does.
There's some other cases of stuff like that.
Kind of like
Built
what
a
goes
studio,
on out here.
built a studio at home, fired it up,
and boom, look
10 to 1. Yeah, okay.
Move everybody to Jackson.
This is interesting, and he's always been a Chevy man. He likes Chevy trucks.
Well, God will forgive him.
Yeah, there you go. He said he had a problem though. He filled up last week, and he said he leaned back in his truck, and it said downloading information. He goes, "Well, wait a minute." And he said, wait a minute, all these car manufacturers are downloading your information about what you do, your habits, how you speed up, how you slow down, and what you do. And he goes, I ain't having it. So he went back and sold his brand new Chevy truck and went back to the square body. He says that's what he's going to drive from now on, his square body, to where they can't download nothing on him. So we'll see. But that's it. That's the story there.
Truck.
Yeah.
I got one similar to that. It just don't look like that.
No, it don't look nothing
It's missing
like
some.
that.
Yeah,
Does
but
it
the
have
top-
wheels?
It looks
top
like
and
one
the
of
bottom
those.
aren't
It looks like one of those
yeah.
models you used to get as a kid, where you broke the pieces off and then
Yeah,
glued them
yeah,
together.
yeah.
His is still in the box.
He's got the wheels out standing up.
Yeah.
My, oh, my, oh,
One
my.
day.
one day.
It's a kit.
We'll be right back. All aboard for the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Arts and Crafts Festival, coming your way April the 12th in downtown Newton. Craft vendors, carnival rides, food vendors, the dinosaur experience for the kids at the Kids Zone. Zach Logan will be the headliner for the entertainment at Ray Payne Park. The Bank First Car Show returns with cars, trucks, racing vehicles, and classic cars. Plus a motorcycle show as well. It's all happening this year at the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Festival, downtown Newton. See you there.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Welcome back.
Hey, it's us. Put your head on. The camera's already rolling.
You never know when the camera will go into action around here.
Well, we went from 23 degrees to 86 degrees.
That's true.
I mean, I am burning.
Well, I had the heat on.
I have that effect on most people.
It is getting a little warm up in here.
What was that song, Burning Love? A hunk of burning love.
Scotty Ray didn't pay the power bill.
Well, they went up on my taxes. I had to cut back on something.
Ooh, joke.
Well, they called. I saw a friend of mine yesterday that was looking at buying another car.
Yeah.
And she went and talked to a dealer, and she goes, "Okay, that's the one I want to look at." They called her back and said, "Hey, that car just went up $2,000." We've already agreed on the price. Well, it just went up $2,000. If you want to sell it to me, car did not go up $2,000. Said just like that.
Yo,
not the ones coming across that are getting the new.
What's here now?
They're going to go ahead and start doing it
at
now.
5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I got some phone calls too.
Stick with this. Ain't gonna last long.
You got to ride this out.
It's going to be good in the end.
We talked about that on the first year. You got to let things come back to us, and it.
I 100% support our president. I 100% support him.
We didn't say it was going to be smooth.
I also know
there's crooks.
The products that I sell went up 59.5% at 5 o'clock as of yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
Because of the Chinese tariff.
We'll
just have to see. I mean, again, I support him 100%. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got to do with. Pray I already got a good inventory. But that's tough. 60%.
But it's about time, because we are not going to get shafted anymore.
It's going to have to get worse before it gets better, and you're just going to have to suck it up and let's just make it work.
You go to the hospital, you're worse, then you get better, and we're working on that getting better. In some cases.
60%, baby. I'm on ICU right now.
Well, we start bringing a lot of manufacturing back to America, and that's our key, and that helps us. Now, Greg's company won't never have manufacturing over here.
No.
But that'd be something that it'll get worked out. We're gonna get there.
I thought of Greg. I don't know if you remember this, of the story of the old boy in the neighborhood that lied all the time. Do you remember hearing that story?
Why would you think of me? That hurt.
Well, I think it may have been Jerry Clower.
Eugene Ledbetter.
It may have been Eugene that lied all the time. And they said they needed to teach him a lesson, so they brought the preacher over. Do you remember this?
Yeah, they told him that bear said he was preaching, and the bear come into church and said about little old black and white feist dog, and they commenced to fight. And
he whooped him, and he said, "Now, Eugene, do you believe that?" He goes, "Yeah, it was my dog." I got the biggest kick out of that at 3:30 this morning.
At 3:30 this morning.
The news
I have to have something going on up in here so I know what's going on.
You were in here at 3:30 this morning?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was awake. I don't sleep, though.
You're like that dude up at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You're a vampire.
I really am. I don't know. I've never been a big sleeper. Never really took to it. I don't know. It is. Anyways.
I can go to sleep anywhere, anytime I can sleep.
I just need a few hours and then I'm up again, and that's my problem. If I go to bed too early, that's a problem.
We need to remind you about a car show that's going to happen tomorrow at Law Scout.
Yep, going to be there.
Volunteer fire department.
Going to be a good time.
So I hope you can make it out for that.
And what else didn't we have one, Scotty, Greg, that you found up in Chunky?
No, I said something about a dinner for the fire department at 5 o'clock. I was looking back at that after you throwed me up under the bus here.
Yeah, it was way back.
I don't remember. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Well, call Chunky Fire Department. They can tell you about it.
Yeah, so they at 5
o'clock. It was a dinner at 5 o'clock tomorrow somewhere. It's what we got. You know, it is a Scotty Ray Report.
I don't think
it
was that far back.
You know, somewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't that far back.
I bet you it was.
Meridian history trivia would be awesome to learn a little bit about once a week.
Mm-hmm. I know some Meridian. I could play that game.
You know a little bit about it?
I know a little, just a smidge. Are we going to do like on the books or off the books?
Off the books would be a whole lot more fun.
Yeah, I know that trivia pretty good too.
Yeah, that one is a lot more fun. Mm-hmm.
Need to read East End Tea Room
and there's no more of them kind of stories coming.
Yeah. Thunder at Meridian, East End Tea Room, Dixie Mafia. Oh, there's some.
Those are true stories.
Jump, Peanut, jump. A lot of them remember that.
Oh yeah.
It's some things that went on in the history area of Meridian. Well, we got any
birthdays? It says Chunky Volunteer Fire Department hosting a veterans dinner. It's a spaghetti dinner, and it's 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay. All right, good deal. Yeah, we got a few of them come through. Durwood Belt from Dalewood, 82 years young today. Hannah Williams, Lexi Driscoll, Becky Fulton, Sonia Ross, Levy Weir, Randy Rogers, Sammy and Doris Davidson, 61st anniversary. Woo, look at that. Shannon Clay's got a birthday tomorrow. Karen Todd be 61 tomorrow. Audrey Tremble's got a birthday tomorrow. Jay Geisler and Josh Arundel having birthdays today. So, good deal.
All right, a few of the things that are going on in our community, we want to say thank you on that. Have we left off anything that y'all can remember that we needed to have?
Not that I can think of.
We'll be at 10 o'clock at the Sheriff's Department as they unveil something for the community. We'll have the sheriff there.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
You want to come along?
I got to get on the road.
There we go.
On the road again.
Back to vacation.
I can't. It's not vacation. I'm busy. I'm a busy person.
All right, if you say so there.
I can't stay in any county for more than 24 hours. They start looking for me.
As it happens. We'll keep you up to date with the very latest as it happens throughout our community as about. All right, we need to move towards... You got a Bible verse for us?
Yeah, well, I just pulled it up, so let's see where he led us to. And, well, we're going to go right to the start.
Okay.
Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's how we got here. God created everything around us. And he created us in his image. Invite him into your heart and our hearts and talk to him daily and have him forgive us of our sins, because he shed his blood for us and wants everything good for us. All we've got to do is live the way he would like us to live and show his kindness to everyone around us. Smile to someone today. Let everybody know that you're thinking about them and you love them. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday morning. Until then, remember, we love you, and we'll see you around town.
See you next week.
Hey,
maybe.
Have a great weekend. Drive safe. Remember, I think we got some proms this weekend.
And some
People
bad
need
weather.
to slow down, drive safe, and stay tuned to
Call
Scotty Ray
somebody
for
to pick
all
you
your
up.
weather issues.
Yes.
We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.